Think of your digital life as a high-security bank vault. Every email, every photo, and every bank account sits inside, requiring constant protection from anyone trying to break in. For decades, we relied on a single sturdy lock on the front door. We call those locks passwords, and for a long time, having a strong one served as your primary defense to keep intruders on the outside. We backed up that lock with traditional antivirus software. Picture a bouncer standing at the door holding a thick book of mugshots. The bouncer checks every visitor against those photos, looking specifically for known, documented bad guys. That front door security works for obvious, recognizable threats, but it creates a massive blind spot. Because the defenses face outward, the vault stays oblivious to what happens if an attacker manages to slip past the entrance. Attackers eventually realized that trying to break down a heavy door is difficult and loud. It is much easier to simply steal the key and walk right in. This strategy is called fileless malware. Imagine an invisible thief who arrives empty-handed, bringing no weapons or tools from the outside. Instead, they sneak in and weaponize the bank's own internal security control panels against it. Our antivirus bouncer fails to stop this invisible thief. Since the attacker used the bank's own tools rather than bringing outside files, they don't match any of the mugshots in the bouncer's book. Since modern attackers often bypass the front door, digital security has shifted its focus. We now build systems that actively monitor everything happening inside the house. The first layer of modern defense solves the problem of stolen keys. We do this using Multi-Factor Authentication, or MFA. MFA requires you to prove your identity using two different types of evidence. Along with your password, it asks for something you physically have, like your phone, or something you are, like a fingerprint. For example, you might use a physical hardware token, like a secure USB key on your keychain, that you have to physically tap to log in. This makes a stolen password useless on its own. Even if our invisible thief copies your password perfectly, the door stays shut because they don't have your physical token in their hand. But we also have to account for threats that successfully sneak past the front door. We use a system called heuristics to watch the interior. Heuristics works like internal motion sensors and smart cameras, learning the normal, healthy baseline for how the bank usually operates. If someone suddenly tries to carry a 500-pound safe out the back door, the system triggers an alarm. It flags the behavior as dangerous, regardless of who is doing it. That alarm alerts an elite security system called EDR. In the tech world, an endpoint is just any device connected to the network, like your phone, tablet, or laptop. EDR is the security team that watches those devices for trouble. When EDR detects that behavioral alarm, it takes immediate action. It automatically drops barricades to lock down that specific area, trapping the threat where it stands. Working together, heuristics and EDR stop attacks based on malicious actions. They neutralize the invisible thief based on what they are doing before they can steal a single file. There is one final defensive layer. Sometimes your system receives an unknown, suspicious package delivery that it has never seen before. Instead of opening it in the lobby, the system uses a technique called sandboxing. It places the unknown package into an isolated, bomb-proof room to safely observe its behavior. If the program turns out to be malicious, it detonates harmlessly inside that isolation chamber, leaving your actual computer and files completely untouched. Sandboxing allows systems to test brand new, never-before-seen threats without ever risking the core infrastructure. Modern cybersecurity has evolved into a highly coordinated internal security team. Every layer, from the door to the motion sensors, works together. By utilizing MFA, smart system heuristics, and secure sandboxing, we no longer depend solely on that single lock at the front door to stay safe. You don't need to be a coding expert to benefit from this protection. These tools run quietly in the background, keeping your digital vault secure every day. If this helped clear up the confusing world of cybersecurity for you, we've got plenty more where that came from. Subscribe to Refreshing Tech for more simple, useful tech insights that actually make sense. See you next time.